Let's check, make sure it's gone live. Okay, looks like we're live.
We are live.
That's the live sound. Okay.
Oh yeah.
The boundless blue is invaded on multiple fronts. From the northeast, the Arcosian Empire, legions of scaled warriors breathing ruin upon those in their wake. From the southeast, the Illithid Concord, mind flayers, subjugating all creatures into a singular consciousness.
Gom and Apologies has subscribed to 0.
Lastly, from the west, the Githantry, a force of many creatures united for their nefarious purpose, wielding forbidden magics to destroy the forces of heaven. The third battle of Huston Plains, the Arcosians had us surrounded. The stench of poison mixed with smoke choked our frozen lungs. We only had to hold until reinforcements arrived for the counterattack to begin. That's when disaster struck. The Arcosian offensive pushed, backed up by their reinforcements, led by the Big Taker, a brutal opponent corroding all life in its path. Only one man remained when our reinforcements finally arrived, surrounded by the bodies of both friend and foe. Ethan, please describe your character as they remain in the middle of a razed village.
So, Claude Nightfall, soldier, will stand up off one knee and sheath his sword in his back. His armor glistening in the sunlight. It looks like it's made out of mithril, but slightly different. And if you were to look closer, you see that every single piece, every single link, is a single unique scale of an Arcosian taken from their forehead. And as he pulls his sword back from his thing, as he sheathed it, you can see that the last Dragonborn, Arcosian they slaying, pulls off and hooks it in, completing his armor set. As he rises up, you see slightly just flickering, shimmering into existence, black skeletal wings, while not being able to fly themselves, perhaps a physical representation of a newly formed pact with whatever's helped him survive this. To describe him, he is a humanoid, sort of a air genasi, so very similar to a human, except slightly wispier. Looks like he's like late 20s, mid 20s, that sort of thing. All he has is his glistening armor, shield on his back, and a horned helm on his head.
Okay, approaching you is the person leading the reinforcements that were going to come for you. I'm blanking. Pelican guy. Pelican man in his sort of green outfit. What the hell happened here?
Not enough. They escaped.
You fended them off?
Some of them. If I did my job right, they'd all be dead now.
We need soldiers like you.
I'm what you need.
I think there's a job that you'd be well suited for.
Anything to put these lizards down.
Alright, go and rest up. We'll take you in the morning. Okay.
Sure thing, sir.
Now, we find ourselves in a workshop. Tools and miscellaneous projects lie in various states of completion. Automatons and constructs whizzing about to finish them, or perhaps just stuck in some complex loop. Now, I said workshop, but what I really mean is an impenetrable bunker, the kind made by paranoid artificers with way too much time on their hands. Jordan, please describe your character and how they act when they hear a boop, boop, vessel approaching.
Okay, so Barxies is an owlin, but more steel than owl at this point, with propulsion armor attached in way too many places. The tiny form of Barxies is about 2.5 to 3 feet tall, with very humanoid-looking arms coming out the side of the armor, and then his 2 stubby little owl feet out the bottom. So when he runs along the ground, it's this pitter-patter as he moves. Looks around the workshop and spots his mentor and yells out, "Long! Something's approaching! Long!"
Yep, your mentor, a frogmouth, just some overalls, goes, you turn around! Get the thrusters!
What?
Get the
Heavy
thrusters!
I'm on it! And Barksy sort of runs, but he's a bit slow to start, and then the sheer weight of the metal keeps him rolling towards where he needs to be. Following along behind him is another automaton, this big metal owl that just follows everywhere that he goes, sort of like a bodyguard of some sorts.
I don't have it ready, I think. Unfortunately. Do I have it? I do not have it on.
All good. As he goes, he's going to sort of like reach one of the arms forward, and it's going to morph and shift into a completely different tool as the arm sort of changes, and he's going to shove this key into the thrusters and twist and just cause Ballista to start moving.
You just hear as the entire Sky Island starts to twist, and through sort of the viewport, you see a smaller, like just airship, go by, and Long yells out, "What was it?
What?
Who is it?"
I don't know who that is.
He like throws like tells he goes, "Hey, get check it out. I'll get the weapons.
You always get the weapons. I want to get the weapons
I'm
once.
getting the weapons."
Of course you are, Long. And I guess I'll go and find one of the many telescopes and see if I can get any info on this craft, and if not, then I'll probably fly out to meet him.
Yep. The craft just seems sort of a smallish, like sort of 10 people max sort of thing, just like a basic balloon and some crystal thrusters. And being like at the front, holding a sign that says, "Do not attack us. We are your friends. I'm your family." Is a chicken who's got just crazy feathers on, also feathers like going everywhere, also in just like a overalls, which I don't know if you would have met them before.
Probably not. But yeah, I'll call back out. They're friendly, I think. They've got a sign. Most people don't come with a sign.
Long comes with probably like I just think contraptions. Like you might have you'd have no idea what they did, but they're probably dangerous. But they just doohickeys. And said, "Hey, let me have a look." Looks through the. I guess. "Oh, it's Dick. Let him in."
And at this point, Barksy sort of like rolls off the viewing platform, falls down a couple levels, and gets to a massive like sealed bunker door with that sort of portcullis style twist that you got to do, and he just gets up against it. And he goes, and slowly raises the single door in and out of this place.
Yeah, seeing that, they probably come down. Long's gonna come down. He's still holding some weapons, maybe. And Dick's gonna go, "Well, we're looking for some engineers."
Your business? There's just a head crossbow pointed at him. Very delayed.
I'm making an airship. Like, we're getting so much supplies for it. It's going to be the dream airship. We're going to put it together. It's going to be big. It's going to be great. I need your help.
Is it going to have weapons?
We do need weapons for it.
Big weapons?
We're trying to get big weapons.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. And then Long's, "Hey, you do it then. I'm not leaving. You don't know who's going to get you."
Enjoy the bunker, old man. I'm out of here.
Yeah. So, you go with Richard Spanner, one of the finest airship crafters in all of heaven, in all the Boundless Blue, and you start constructing the Morning Star. It's in a speed like not often seen, like just due to two master craftsmen build this beautiful ship, the Morning Star, the start of a new dawn, the ship to carry the hopes of this war. And the Morning Star departs Avis mere months after construction begins. But before that, years prior, on the skyland of Moraga, in a peaceful town, the crude airships of the Githantry land, walking out of which, tall, emaciated-looking creatures, pale yellow skin with splotches of green and brown, in poor Auran one speaks. We request that you join us in your freedom, but we demand you forsake your gods. And the villagers agree in fear, but not one dove. Will, describe your character and what they are doing.
So, not yet, Archbishop Samwell. In fact, not yet, Archbishop Samwell the Devout, with the Archidose of the Citadel of Ice and Steel and responsibility over the cathedral.
I was going to get to that bit.
Mosham. Simply Samwell, still the Devout, is at this point a boy dove of not great stature, but great faith, who, no matter what the threat of this invading force, no matter what the rest of his family and community asks of him, refuses to shake his faith.
So as you fight against the Githantry that have come, they tell the village, we will return with enough force to destroy this monument to a false idol, they say as they point to the church. You must decide if this child speaks for you all. If it does not, then we will leave with only them. And they take off in their crude airships. Your parents rush to you, just, Samuel, just stay quiet.
I will never defy the divines.
They're going to kill us.
Then kill us they shall.
Alright. That night, the town have a meeting. And so when the Githantry return, the village just pick you up and hand them over to them. And the Gith pulls out
Gods!
sort of a hose, on the end of which is a handle from which they activate a blade of pale yellow energy. And they just zoom and slice through your wing, cauterizing your flesh as the stench of burnt feathers fills your nose. What do you do?
Samuel screams, but the screams quickly turn to prayers. Prayers for the divines. For Samuel's faith will never falter, and he knows the divines will answer his prayers.
Before the gift can end this young dove's life, you hear the divine army of Erisail Arcana here to answer your prayers. Led by an avian seemingly made out of steel, the army are clothed in fine linen, white and clean, following them on white-winged horses. With their overpowering might, they fend off the Githantry and protect the town and its church. After the battle, you're approached by the leader. You learnt Salathiel. Greetings, child. We heard your prayers.
I knew that my prayers would be answered.
And your faith is rewarded. We request you join us in the church. We could use the devoted such as yourself.
I will join you. I have no place here anymore.
In the coming days, Salathiel takes you to Margaretum, the home of the church, where your devotion is well known. War causes many to lose their faith, but this seemingly you are immune to. You move up the ranks quickly. You find yourself being known as the Archbishop Samwell the Devout. I think it said devoted. Whoops. With the Archdiocese of the Citadel of Ice and Steel and the responsibility of the Cathedral of St. Musham. This important position is likely why you receive an important visitor entering your cathedral one night. And describe yourself in your new position.
Alrighty, we now see a fully grown dove, however, with just one wing now at its full adult length. The other one still missing with just a shrunken stump left over. However, and now adorned in gold, heavy armor, and a bishop's hat at all times to denote Samwell's divinity and place amongst the church.
Salathiel enters the church, seemingly as they were many years ago. Greetings, Samwell.
Greetings, Salathiel.
It has been good to see your eyes.
Thank you.
There is a mission taking place, and I believe that they need someone who has faith to guide them, as they may be faithless.
What do the divines need done? The divines get done by my hand.
Perfect. Perhaps sainthood is the next promotion.
If it is so, it will be so.
Okay. Now, many years ago once more, a young ibis girl comes in from the cold wind to warm up by the fire. And your parents are coming to speak to you. Did you hear the voice of Gorn? As your parents say, Pela, there's someone here to speak to you. You hear the voice of Corn. They fear us. They want us gone. In another chair, you see an old falcon. But her beak is seemingly made out of bark, and some of her feathers are more like leaves, and horns like branches are sprouting from her head. Hello, dear. The name is Snalja. I hear you have some powers. I can help you control them if you wish. What does Pela do?
Alright, so gonna describe what Pella went through. It probably provides why Esnalga's here. So Pella is a young Ibers girl. She was caught by the Illithiids, so the tentacle people, and was experimented on with mind control and stuff like that. But usually where subjects die, it found for some reason she was very compatible with the worm that they were trying to implement into people's minds, and that's where she gets the worm that's now inside her, which she called daringly corn because corn's her favorite food. And corn is this cranky, like cynical grandfather that has somehow formed this tie with Pella and is constantly like, I'm trying to protect you, everyone around you is bad, we are powerful, we have these telekinesis powers. And so she doesn't realize that it is weird to have a worm. And so when she was found and rescued and brought back to her home, she keeps telling her parents and the other kids about Corn and how there's this voice in her mind, and everyone kind of just doesn't like her and thinks she's a freak. And I think Esnalga heard about this, and in this scenario, Pella's kind of like, people don't like me because I'm weird, but she's still a child, and they're like, oh well, whatever, I have Corn. So when she sees Esnalga, I think she is like, oh, what powers? You mean not everyone can do this?
No.
So I think
Not everyone can.
no, but Corn says that, you know, we're powerful and you're powerful, so you can do what we do, right?
May I please speak to Corn?
Wait, hold on, let me
Yep.
Corn can't. Corn's like, don't trust him. He's
Corn, you hear Corn, who's there? Who is that? I cannot see them.
Can I do anything for Corn to see? Because I under the impression that
This is like the first time that you've been able to see something that like Corn hasn't. Or see something that Corn hasn't.
Oh, so Corn can't see Esnalga?
Seemingly, that's what it seems to be.
Okay. So I guess I go to Corn, it's like, oh, is this Falcon, wizard looking guy, and he's offering to help us to learn these weird powers that I have now.
Will they make us stronger?
What should we do? Should we say, Should we? Do you want me to speak to him with you in my head, or do you think we should ignore him?
Are you asking Korn?
I'm asking Korn. Yeah.
I don't trust them.
Well, Korn, we've been alone for a long time, and this is like the first time a person has come and maybe know where you are and what we are. Maybe we should give him a chance, you know?
I don't know.
No? Well, Apella's gonna ignore Korn, like she
Yeah.
mostly do, and go to Snailga and be like, well, Korn can't see you, but he thinks that you're not great, but I think you're pretty cool, and I like to learn about my powers, so yeah, I would like to go with you.
Let me just talk to your friend. And then, like, her eyes just start glowing. And, like, just like, she stares for, like, into like, nothing for a couple of minutes until it stops. Would you like me to teach you your powers? And control them? Strengthen them?
Does that mean people will no longer be afraid of me? I can maybe have friends?
You will make allies.
Oh, oh, I see. I guess that's still better than being lonely. Okay, yeah, I would like that.
Okay. After that, Esnalja takes you to the Arcane Spires, the home of the Spinning Loom, of which he is the Archmage. This is an academy of arcane learnings where you're personally tutored by Esnalja, meaning that those who don't trust you are unable to get you to leave. Gorn helps you understand who you can trust and who you cannot. And despite those wanting your downfall, you are well taught and become a master of the arcane, learning and growing your powers. One day, Esnalja, Archmage of the Spinning Loom and your personal tutor and friend, joins you in your study. What would Pela look like and what are they doing?
I think Pella, when she's grown a little older, she's in a very practically still in a quite hostile environment where she is, you know, have this like Ilithian powers behind her. So Esnalga, like being the top dog, favors her, but no one else likes her. So she's still like, you know, pretty taken aback and like kind of try and keep to herself. So I would imagine she's like in the library just looking at a book and probably just talking to Korn, and she probably doesn't realize Esnalga falls back and be like, oh hey Esnalga, good to see you.
Hello. What's my spot? I have recently started a new experiment. We call it the Morning Star. And it may be a good fit for you. We need powerful mages, and I went to you first.
So this is another one of those missions that no one else wants to go on. That's why you came to me?
I came to you because you're a powerful mage.
Yeah, but you said that about the last mission, and no one wanted to go on those. It took me so long, so... What are my compensation for this time?
What do you want?
I don't know, I just feel like maybe like, you know, I've been working very hard, maybe some couple new books, like some pens that you promised me but never got me, you know, maybe I can get those.
Would you like your own office on the Morning Star?
That would be amazing, that's what I'm talking about.
I can definitely arrange that.
Alright, you know, I'm doing you a favor, I am definitely in. And in the back of her mind, Pella was like, oh my god, I can finally go somewhere, that's so cool. So she's just trying to like get something out of Esnalga, even though she has absolutely nothing to back it up.
Yep. Okay. Now. Let me just... let me... Here we go. So, we've found our next warrior, meditating, hidden in the mountains of Lightwheat. Aaron, please describe your character.
So you've got a sparrow sort of bird person
Was it a
wearing a.
falcon? A hawk or something?
We'll go with hawk actually. Yeah, that makes a bit more sense. They're wearing like one of those bamboo hats. Pretty like shaded over their eyes. They're wearing sort of like red martial robes, really big sleeves, and they're just sitting cross-legged, hands together, eyes closed, gathering energy.
Yep. You sense someone cross the bridge and enter the walls of the clan. Strangely enough, they appear to be a young sparrow boy, very out of breath.
I fly down to them. What brings you here?
Please, you have to help us. They're taking the men away.
The men from the village?
Yes.
I'll meet you there. And then I just swoop through, fly over the bridge, going through the forest as fast as I can, dodging and weaving through all the branches. And I arrive at the village.
Yep. When you get to the village, you see soldiers rounding up many of the villagers onto military-looking airships. There's a gruff pelican shouting orders, telling you, "Yo, get over there, you go." What do you do?
I'll see like the nearest person who's getting wrangled, and you'll see me reach into the sleeve of my robe as I pull out a boomerang, and I'll throw it as hard as I can at the soldier tackling the nearest townsperson.
Yeah, you just knock him out. And then this gets the attention of the pelican. He goes, "What do you think you're doing?"
Leave the people alone. They're just townsmen, farmers. They have a family.
This is a war. We need the soldiers.
They won't help you in the war. But me? I alone am enough.
So you're coming too.
Turns to my hand. Yeah, but leave them out of it.
Right, we're gonna take you all.
You can try it.
Yep. Our next scene. We just takes place on the Morning Star itself. Here we go. As you speak to General Red Heron, dressed in, general's clothes, is a heron, quite tall and sort of clearly carries himself with a lot of gravitas. I hear Commodore Sark has commended your combat abilities. He said you'd be a good fit for this team.
If you need combat, I'm pretty good at that. Just don't touch the people on lightweight.
Lightweight is good at providing food, but we need the soldiers more. And while you're pulling your weight, we can do without those soldiers. But if you aren't, we're going to need them. You understand?
I have no problems with that.
Good. You going to cause any problems?
I'll do my best not to.
Good. Alright. If that's all, send to the next person. All the vines.
Whatever.
Alright. You send to the next person?
Yeah.
Cool. Claude. You've got a meeting with General Red Heron.
Sir.
That is, well done for fending off the Arcosians, Nightfall. I know it's a difficult front.
Thanks,
And
sir.
due to this, I'm giving you a promotion. You're now Commander Lord Nightfall. Get in here, boys. And walking in are 5 soldiers. And they just walk in.
I love them.
And just salute.
Ladies, gentlemen. Thank you, sir.
They do not they just like keep doing this until there are 5 soldiers wearing like identical studded leather armor and helmets. General says, Claude Nightfall is your new commander. You'll be taking orders from him now. So yes, sir. All right.
That'll get at ease.
Yeah, then they stand normally. Now I'll let you get to know your troops before the strategy meeting. See you soon. And General is going to walk to the strategy meeting.
Excellent. All right. Am I talking to them now?
Yeah.
I see. Gentlemen, I would like to know whether each of you have signed up to be here.
Protect our homes, sir.
Do you have family?
Yes, sir.
If you had to make a choice, would you prefer to see them again or to know that they were safe?
That is... Who's going to answer this, actually? What the names above the so you can actually see them. Wait. Oh, I don't have health bars. That's annoying.
They won't need it.
Let's see. Was it
I
if you could
command
see them safe or
See them again or know they're safe.
who's going to answer? I think Gil's. I'd rather make sure they're safe, sir.
Excellent. Like the cut of your jib giggles.
Thank you, sir.
It's important to know that none of them can feel fear right now. Because of my ability.
Give me an insight check.
All right.
12. I mean, the most fearless seems like Willie, but he's also like the shortest, and he's yeah.
I have I do have aura of courage.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
All right, gentlemen. I'm ready to defend our homes if you're ready to defend them along with me.
Yes, sir.
All right. At ease. Get yourself ready.
Yep. So they're gonna go wherever. Probably just go, and then time for you guys to go to the strategy meeting.
Excellent. All right. Nobody make bets on how many of them survive. Okay? They're my babies.
I'm just so excited we have interns.
Yeah, right. I love them.
Early critical hit days.
All right. Where's everyone else? Place your dudes around the meeting room.
Fuck, man. Dick Spanner. I'm glad I was muted.
Hang on. Who's missing?
Oh, the music bot missing.
Oh shit! What?
Unless I just no, he's gone.
Let me try that again.
Yeah, no worries. I think we're all wrangled here.
Is anyone missing? Oh yeah, no, we're good. Music.
The nerve of you to call your character Rumor Bang.
What's the issue?
Nothing, sorry.
Okay. So, General's gonna start. Welcome. It's good to finally have the Morning Star in operation. You are people we have chosen, especially for this mission. And I am excited to get started. It's now to perhaps some introductions are in order. I am Isnalja, Archmage of the Spinning Loom. I was one of the Spinning Loom were vital in starting the Morning Star to get that going. Who would like to go next?
I can. I'm Commander Claude Nightfall. I'm here to perform my duties as a soldier. Any more information? I am available upon request.
Alright. General Red. Alright, I am General Red Heron. I've been organising the military for quite some time for the Divine Alliance. I did not get my station through nobility. I earned this position. I was there during the first Battle of Husserton Plains, where we pushed back the Arcosians, and we pushed them from Floran, and then that's where I got promoted. Dix is great. I built the ship. I'm Dick Spanner.
I built the weapons, Boxies.
The spy asks, I am Spy Master. Hear lot, say little.
I'm Rima Bang. I hail from Lightweight. I'm here to fight for the people. Don't mess with me.
Hi, I'm Wyndham Swan. I'm dealing with logistics and resource allocation. If you're trying to get something, I'm the guy to ask, and I'll try to get it to you. Next, Salathiel. Greetings, I am Salathiel, speaker on behalf of the ruler of heaven, Erisael Arcana, lord of air and lord of magic.
And I am Archbishop Samuel the Devout, with the Archdiocese of the Citadel of Ice and Steel, and responsibility over the Cathedral of Saint Mosham, and also under Erisael Arcanum. Praise to the divines. I'm here to serve.
Name is Pella. I'm a sorcerer, and nostalgia is my dearest teacher. I shall use my knowledge and the power of arcane to help us be victorious in this mission.
Sorcery is evil. I cast Eldritch Blast and Pelabush.
So,
Do you worship Erisael Arcana, the Lord of Magic?
No,
haven't quite gotten on.
Sure, witchcraft.
Yeah, it is.
Are you attacking me?
No.
Now, the generals. Alright, time to pick our first mission. And he shows you all to the map of the Boundless Blue. So as you see, the Githantry are coming from the west, and the Arcosians from the northeast, and the Illithids Concord from the southeast.
Understood.
We are trying to protect our center as best we can, or ideally sending them away. We're trying to turn the neutral Skylands as much as we can and protect the ones that we already have. Any questions?
So the cogs are us.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, it's not the cogs, but that's
Yeah.
it. Understood. I'm just taking it all in. Alright, perfect. I like the look of Florin.
Roll me a history. Wait, what Skyland were you from?
Shit. It's an excellent question.
6. Which were you from? Huston Plains, or were you from somewhere else?
I think I was the Hassan Plains. That sounds familiar.
I
I wasn't from Strong Grain, I'll tell you that for free.
So yeah, if you're from there, then you'd probably have heard about Florin, where it's now like uninhabitable.
Mm-hmm. Florin doesn't sound good at all.
No. Right. We would really like to have Typhoon and Clow. Well, Typhoon we want on our side, but there's currently being run by the Wind Duke, and he's helping out also the Githantry and the Arcosians, which is a problem for us. Clow is home to the Talons, a mercenary company. But we suspect they will be next to be attacked by either the Arcosians or the Illithid Concord, and ideally would have them on our side if we can. Else?
Some good choices to be made. Based on our skill set in the given situation, is Typhon or Clow, are either of those relevant to our specialties?
Depends how you deal with it. Those aren't our only problems. We suspect that the Githentry will next attack Lunar, Cristal, Alba here, and Sorcière. Lunar and Alba here are important religious skylands, and Cristal is important for our gem. For I don't know, what is it? It's now well, they're very important for getting the material components for many spells. They require all sorts of crystals and gems, and most of them are mined in Cristal. Right. Sorcière is... actually, no, this probably is Snouge as well. Sorcière is also home to the witches of Sorcière, and they have some powerful magic that we would like on our side as well. We suspect the next place the Arcosians will attack is that they may return to Huston Plains, or they may, but we have deemed that not a high priority anymore. We suspect they will next try to get Aeril, as they are likely low in supplies of food. The Illithid Concord, it's either possibly Namba or Hive they will attack next.
Does anyone here have a preference?
Not really. I mean, I'll get you there. Help with
Hey.
the engines. That's about it.
I move that we march on Clow, secure it, then pass by Hasarden Plains and Aeril to confirm that they're not being taken. Well, Hasarden Plains is low priority, it's to Aeril, so it'd be foolish not to leverage the resources that we have extended in the area to maintain some form of outcropping in the area.
Could we just go to Clow and then get them, all the mercenaries, to go handle the Arcosians for us, and we can go deal with the Gith entry?
Good work. Could send the mercenaries to take on the Githentry. That's neither here nor there. Clow seems to be our first agreed upon step.
I think you're probably, for the next session, you're sort of deciding which one mission you're doing. Is sort of how it's gonna work. So like each session will be like a mission, and then choose the next mission.
Perfect.
Who's the most like aggressive at the moment
Me.
out of like the enemies? If you want to say me again, go for it.
Well, we've just, thanks to Commander Nightfall, we've managed to push back the Arcosians. So they'll either might have to lick their wounds for a while, or they'll be back with a vengeance.
So it's either definitely the Arcosians or no way the Arcosians.
Yes.
Understood.
Did we agree on a first step, or are we still kind of deciding what to do at the moment?
I think Cloud was our first step. I don't know if we can strike while the iron's hot. Arcosians, if they're weak,
Okay, yeah, down.
move in and crush them.
I'm just like, if we go to Clow and then A-Rule is our plan, like what's a potential loss out on this map?
Well, if we focus on them, we're looking at Cristal, Albahir, Sorcière, Lunar, Namba, Hive. And then we might lose those.
We increase our military strength if we have mercenaries from Clow available.
So it's the idea to go to Cloud, get the mercenaries, and then send them off to somewhere else as we try and secure the other side of the map, or
Seems plausible.
okay.
How much do we
goes
know
on?
about these mercenaries? Just out of curiosity.
Roll me a. What would this be? History, maybe?
Streetwise.
Or let me just check what skills there are. What skill would this be? Sort of thinking history.
Sure. Let's give it a roll.
Whoa, Jesus.
You've probably like built stuff for the Talons. They're a sort of long-standing mercenary group because a lot of the times Skylands they tend to be pretty small, so they get mercenaries to fight for them. They're pretty much, someone pays them to fight, they'll fight. But they're well armed and well trained.
I mean, the Talon on Clow are pretty well armed. I mean, Long and I made the Barksies bolt for them. Alright, that was a whole new thing in crossbows. I really like that. So, maybe, I trust them. They're pretty strong. Got some good arms. Don't know how good they'd be against Arcosians.
What if we send them to handle the Githentry and we handle the Arcosians?
I mean, I've never seen them fight, so they might be bad against anybody.
You sure pick your allies with an interesting metric system.
But, I mean, I know my weapons are good, and I know that anyone can use them. So assuming that they've got my weapons, they've got to be good, right? Like, it's
Superb.
not... It's transient property, It's engineering, maths.
I understand maths. I have a 10 intelligence.
I have an 8.
You don't. You don't.
Me too. 8 intelligence.
It seems like we brought out the
8
brain
together
trust.
strong.
I'm so glad that we have everyone here at the council right now because it's all useful. Excellent.
Okay,
Alright.
so hang on. What are we worried about losing, right? Like, if we lose Cristal,
Saucier.
can we just take it back?
Potentially, but then
The resources.
we
lost.
have to take it back while the Gith take more, eventually.
Right. And the Githentry, are they like spellcasters or what are they?
They're a mix of all different kinds of creatures. They wield forbidden magic, and they seem to target holy sites more than any other.
Right? So I guess my real question was, how much can they do with a shitload of crystals?
Who is best equipped to answer this? That's my list of people who are currently in the meeting. Okay. Salafiel probably. The Githentry are not to be trifled with. They are resourceful, like cockroaches. They will take whatever advantage they can and use it to destroy those who are worthy.
Right. Bit of a vendetta there. So, hey, Mr. Marshall in the corner. Are you any good at, like, strategizing? Mr. Marshall?
Who's Marshall?
Nope.
Oh,
You ever been around, like, higher than number?
You might have been to Namba because it's sort of a. Actually, no, I'll just tell you. It's sort of a bit of a trade and communications hub for this sort of area, like going through sort of this way. The second sort of next biggest trade hub would be Typhoon.
I'm just
Actually,
more
no,
like,
Typhoon's probably bigger. It'd be Typhoon then Amber.
are we trying to, like, what was our goal with the overall war? Are we trying to end it, or are we trying to minimize losses?
We're trying to defeat our enemies or protect our central forces.
So where are the spots? So the 3 spots in the middle are like the places we definitely cannot lose.
Yeah, Margarita, the Citadel of Ice and Steel, and the Arcane Spires are our most important areas.
Okay. So other than Cloud, is there another region where we can get allies?
You know what? This will be who we're talking? Esnalgia. Well, this is mostly theory, but Borealis has some sort of beings that, if we can get them on our side, would be very powerful.
But how do we get them on our side?
That bit I'm unsure of.
So, are we stuck between whether we want to go and get allies versus going to Cristal or those places on the other side to kind of defend against it? Is that
think
our
that's what we stand.
paralysis?
How's our supply chains? What do we got coming in? What do we got going out? Do we
Um,
have piles?
this is Wyndham Swan, who's a Air Genasi. He's got like a scar across his face. Right, so supplies come up from Namber. We've got our supply lines all right. We're getting a lot of steel and weapon manufacturing coming from Argenti. Lightweight, Strong Rain, and Aeril are supplying a decent amount of food. Cristal is a lot of components.
Is Cristal our choke point for components? Because every other resource you mentioned was provided by multiple sites. However, Cristal appears to be.
Cristal is the main crystal component, like where we get crystals from. We can get some from other planes, but it's much more difficult.
So it would be unwise to lose Cristal, especially to those vermin that get entry.
Yes.
Any force that's adequately advanced in their magical capacity probably shouldn't have access to Cristal. It could exponentiate our losses further on.
Correct.
Is Cristal in danger right now? Like if we don't go to Cristal, is there a chance of us losing it, or is it possible for us to leave it for now and go to like Borealis?
It's definitely in danger.
Is there? Hey guys, I don't know. I feel like we should go to Cristal. It sounds
Cristal
like it's
does seem-
important.
But so is everywhere else.
Such is the way of war.
It's not uniquely in danger.
Do we know anything else about the people on Borealis, though, the theoretical, really powerful ally?
Well, people is a strong word.
Oh, here we go.
I
What's
said
happening?
beings, my dear. They are... I'm unsure what they are. My research has not concluded what they are, or where their souls are from. If they're from this plane or another one. They may be holy creatures or they may be unholy. We do not know. But they seem to be sentient. And if they're sentient, they can be friends.
As we all exist under the divines.
They don't
Sure.
have to be sentient to be friends. Just putting that out there.
And they don't have to be friends to be sentient.
Can they travel fast? Like, can they get to Cristal if we prevented them?
Oh, we have no idea. They are powerful, magical beings. That's about as much as we know. We haven't really had the need to go there yet.
But magical beings would require components.
Well, not if they're inherently magical, perhaps.
And what of Typhoon?
Typhoon is. I think Barclays would definitely know about Typhoon. It's basically like a mountain with all these like different docks that airships get fixed at, and the Wind Duke just lets anyone who can pay get their ships fixed, which includes the Githantry and the Arcosians, as well as any neutral or divine alliance. And as long as no one's fighting there, he sort of deals with it. Otherwise, you've heard of him personally just breaking up fights.
Yeah, I mean, Typhoon's a pretty nice place to be. There's not really a lot of fighting going on because the domineering Windlord at the top's ready to step in and kind of throw you off the mountain if you get in the way. Anybody can turn up and get their ship repaired. It was great when I was learning. Like I got to work on all sorts of different vessels. Some people have some weird back alley creations. Trust me, I saw a balloon once that only had like half a balloon on top. It was really odd. Don't know how it flew. Some weird magic going on there.
Absolutely.
All right. So, are we tossing up between Crystal and Clow and Borealis as our first hit?
I think so. To defend the resources or to get allies, I think we pick between the two first. Oh, what are we feeling?
So, assuming that the resources will definitely be lost if we move on Borealis or Clow, are the possible benefits of our new allies enough to reduce the impact from losing Crystal to the Githantry to 0?
Well, I mean, can we hire the Can we hire the Talon mercenaries from a distance? Do we have to go there?
Can we send them a letter?
Yeah, like
Give
a
them some
messenger
money?
bird, which is just a
Have a
dude, I
contract?
guess.
Yeah,
I think Commodore. I don't know. Who would be, this would be Wyndham's fund. Yeah, our funds are running a bit low, and we've been sort of having trouble getting them on our side because we may have had to fight them a couple of times, and they're not super happy about it with us because we sort of early. We may have. The Divine Alliance had made some threats that they were supposed to join us, but they didn't join us, so we sort of tried to take them, and they defended themselves.
All right. So Borealis and Crystal.
Well, that's a write-off.
Borealis,
But-
Crystal.
If you can convince them that this was early in the war, so perhaps things have changed, they've cooled off or whatever. Actually, we can just say, if we just say we're sorry, that might do the trick.
Understood.
Anything is possible under the divines.
I'm glad
No,
that's
see,
the
I,
case.
I think the Defiance might have been part of the problem here. Just
That
just
is also.
once.
And
They
yet
were
their
present in
light
the previous
still
example.
purifies all.
So what about dark places where the light doesn't reach? How does that work?
Then we shall bring the light to these places.
Let's go to darkness.
Okay, moving on.
Anyway.
So, if we move through Crystal, secure that, and then move to Erul to cut off the Arcosian food supply, then we can secure our own and then reduce the enemy's capacity.
How many people are in A rule?
A roll.
Too many if the lizards are there.
There's so much racism in this campaign.
The A rule isn't a massive city like Roost or Avis, but it's sort of a border. We're using it as a border state to protect Roost, Strong Rain, and Nimbus.
I think
Yes.
good.
No, you go.
I think a good safe move is to reinforce Crystal, at least for now, purely because I don't want the Githantry having magic. And then
Yeah,
from there,
Crystal to me sounds pretty important for both us and the Githantry.
and that's a good northern base for us to move out to either move in on the Arcosians while they're weak, while their food is running low, I believe was mentioned, or to push the advantage of the Githantry.
It also sounds like our potential allies are only potential allies. So
Hmm.
yeah, I'm going to go to Crystal.
Okay, can I make an objective assessment real quick?
Mhm.
So don't jump on me for the morality of this, all right? Because I know that it's a bit odd.
All right.
Right.
Lay it on
So
me.
just doing some quick jotting down here on my little clipboard.
I understand we've all been provided.
Trade comes from Namba, right? So we can't lose Namba or we have no trade.
Understood.
Wyndham, am I wrong?
Well, the rest of our trade comes through Typhoon.
Right. So our trade comes through Namba. That's the only place that's allied to us.
Yes.
Typhoon is just kind of like a middle ground. Cool. Weapons come from Argenti. If we lose Namba, they've got an easy way to get to Argenti.
Mhm.
Right?
Yep.
That's correct.
Our magical weapons come from Crystal.
The
well,
magic components.
Magical
Components,
but
yes.
Let's be real. When it comes to you sorcerer people, you are the weapon, right? The rest of it's kind of just accessory. Like,
But my crystals.
when's the last time one of you carried a crossbow? I'm just putting that out there.
Hack and heat at all.
Like this.
Right, so that leaves us with we can't lose Namba, we can't lose Crystal. Right, those are two places that we can't lose.
Mhm.
And then we got Arul, which produces food, but we've also got Strong Rain and Lightweight, which also produce food. So, I mean, it's kind of sounding like Arul's an acceptable casualty.
It is. A rule would be logistically, however, that's in terms of net loss for us instead of net loss for the opposition. Because if we remove A rule, then Arcosia doesn't have a large amount of food supply to hit.
Can I
We
ask
convert
something
into a
fucked
greater
up?
advantage. Yeah, what's up?
How do people get out of A rule? What if we just like got rid of A rule without going there?
Yeah, what if we just burned it down?
Yeah.
We're only going to do that as a last resort.
I'm feeling the same way about Typhoon, honestly.
I've already
Ideally,
done
we'd be able to capture Typhoon.
this.
From the Windlord?
Yeah, from what I understand, capturing Typhoon seems like the hardest thing to do.
That's
It seems
a
like an
diplomatic
unnecessary risk.
nightmare.
That
Yeah.
feels like a go to Cloud Borealis up there. Capture Typhoon.
I think Typhoon seems like an unnecessary battle at this point. I'd hate to risk resources.
I don't know, man. Forget the
Yeah,
rest
I
of
think
it.
we lose more than we gain by going there. Now, at least.
Team.
I mean, what we could do
Mm.
is, on the rare circumstance that something happens to the ship that is untoward, I know, look, Dick and I have made an excellent vessel here, but if something does happen to it, we might need to dock at Typhoon to repair, right? And if that happens, we can handle the taking over of Typhoon while we're there, right?
Yeah,
Rather than making a plan to end up in the place where we repair our broken ship, it's better to end up there if our ship ends up broken, right?
Or alternatively, just repair our ship there.
That's why we scope out the place,
Mhm.
If the Windlord's too much, we haven't wasted any time because we get to repair our ship. If the
Yep.
Windlord's not too much, then we get an extra Typhoon. And don't have to pay docking fees.
Save that 20 silver.
I mean, Spy Master, you got any useful information about what's going on?
Sneaky little.
Yeah, you guys probably just all like just lost. Like when you don't look at Spy Master, you just ignore they're there. They're just like that stealthy. What is there? Nothing to report.
Excellent.
Nice and
Alright.
succinct.
Sounds like we're popping Crystal.
Right. So let's think next step then.
Mm-hmm.
Zero
Are we
B
going into
Side Eye
clanking?
has subscribed, third trimester.
So is that?
Seems like a risk.
Clank? Clanky? Clank? I don't know how to
Clank.
pronounce that.
Oh, Clank.
There's a QUE at the end, and that's throwing me off.
Clank.
I really would prefer.
Claire.
Clank.
Clang
Yeah.
What about it?
Clanky in character.
Right. Like if we take Crystal, are we then going to keep going at the Githentry, or are we going to pull back?
That's a good point. Is our
That's
unit?
sort of what I was asking before. Like, do we want to win the war, end the war, or are we just trying to like?
Are we taking players off the board, or is this unit set to preserve our current state?
Yeah.
Well, we don't have. This has been a war of attrition, and we didn't have enough soldiers to begin with.
It's a mistake to get into a war. of
So there, even if we take Cristal, there's no guarantee that we'll be able to hold it once we move on.
So then the next move would be to force through and take out the leaders.
Snalga,
Yes.
are those Saucier people going to be happy if we offer them to move and set up a new residence on Cristal, where they have all the crystals at their disposal in return for protecting it for us?
Definitely not. They're quite happy with their Skyland, considering it's got wings of its own.
Yeah, to be totally fair, John, would you like? I'm going to move you into Woolworths, right? And you have to work at the checkout, but you get to live there and eat the food there.
Yo, in this economy?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good, no? Are we not taking that offer?
I mean, look, if the council's at my door with a sledgehammer trying to break it in because I can't live here anymore, then maybe I'll take the offer.
Maybe I'll take the Woolworths. All right. I don't want the Githentry getting Cristal. I don't want the Arcosians recovering. I would be happy with either decision.
Who's our enemies like equally as strong as each other? Who's got the like? Who scales the best into the late game? You feel like once they get the ball rolling, is the
Who jungles well?
like is the illicit Concord like terrifying?
We're trying not to find out.
I don't trust illicit as far as I can throw them.
Yeah, those ones
And those are
scare
the men
me
top good
if
champion
we
that
like
I
leave
feel.
them unchecked for too long. And that's not just because like they're the closest to Lightweight, but like their nature is sinister.
It does feel as well if our plan would be to go to Cristal and then move on to Clanque, then that would be a job we would want to do with more allies as well. It may not be a bad idea to go Borealis and secure that area.
I agree with Archbishop, actually. I think we need a bit more help before we can actually go in.
So
Try and take.
So the proposed solution then is. Oh, sorry, did I cut you off? Oh fuck, I can't remember anybody's names.
No? Yeah, you're good. Go for it.
Okay, Pela, there we go. So is the idea then that we go down to Borealis, then all the way across the map to Cristal, or are we going to swing by Clow, maybe Aeril, crush some Arcosians, then come back to Cristal? Is that what we're looking at?
I think that will all depend on how powerful the ally we get at Borealis and whether we get any allies there.
I think if you in like one session, it's like if like in one sort of mission, I reckon you may be able to get to Borealis and Cloud in one if you sort of efficient about it. Like if you like either Borealis, you either get them immediately or don't get them immediately. Like sort of as long as that's quick, then you can probably get to Cloud in time to do that mission as well. Otherwise, it's sort of just in terms of pacing. Although if we want to like do a longer, like because I planned around like 6-ish sessions, but if we want to extend it a bit, then we can have a bit more in-depth
What if we
things.
split the party?
No.
Understood. All right. Go Borealis first, and then reassess when we have more firepower.
Happy with that?
I'm worried about Cristal. How fast will Cristal fall?
Well, we have some soldier stationed on it from Catawba, which is nearby, but it is not. It if they attack it too much, it will fall.
So, but we already have soldiers on Crystal, so if we reinforce them, we might be able to hold them back. And then,
Where would we to reinforcement to hold it back? We would have to take away soldiers from somewhere else.
or gain them from Borealis.
Well,
Oh yeah, what is the distribution of our soldiers then?
Not enough.
Not enough.
I think then we go to Borealis, acquire new resources, move them to Crystal to permanently defend it, and then move from there to Arul, and then knock out and secure the final food supply chain, because nobody's growing shit on Florin.
A wise prophet once said, "When in a war of attrition, running out of soldiers, acquire more soldiers."
Very wise. I see why they made you Archduke. That's not what you Archduke. That's not his title. That's not his title.
That is why they made me king of all.
That's why they Archbishop. Only up until this point, I'd only gotten the devout, but now I understand the Archbishop. I pray that one day I can understand the Samwell part.
So was it the plan? Like, because the first mission would be like I don't think you'd do Borealis and Crystal. There's a chance that if you go to Borealis, Crystal falls before you finish up.
Is the alternative we go to Crystal, all the way back to Borealis, all the way back to Crystal?
I sort of between missions, you sort of start in the center, sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
So, that's how I've sort of been running it. I'm going to run it.
Okay, sweet. So I reckon we free Crystal, then while they're recovering, go to Borealis, then go back to Crystal to place our reinforcements on Crystal.
Okay, so
that way we don't have to keep playing tag with Crystal. Zero. I can get this done quickly.
So that'd be basically like two of our currently like 4 missions, two of our 5 missions would be Borealis, Crystal.
2 of our missions would be make. Oh, that's pretty good, and that reinforces Crystal to stop the Gith from.
If we don't like immediately lose Crystal in the first mission.
Yeah, which would be pretty rough. But I mean, then we don't have to worry about anything because it's
But
not there anymore.
if we can hit Borealis and Clow potentially quickly, then that would give us a bigger force to retake Crystal.
Yeah, I'm also down
Possibly.
to just like hit the right side. How much how far does the Illithid Concord go past those 3 Sky Islands? Like
Rift.
when we talk about our enemies, who's been in the war like the longest? Has the most resources at the moment?
Well, who was in the?
I'm just looking at this map right now, and it appears that the Illithid Concord came out of a rift. So I can't imagine that we have a huge amount of intelligence on what's going on the other side of that.
Yes. Well, the Githentry have been in the war the longest. Then probably Arcosia, and then the Illithids are more recent, but still a while ago.
What's everyone's motives for the war again? Do they have motives, or they just here to scrap?
Let's see. What would give me? Who's fought these dudes before?
I fought Arcosia.
Yeah, give me an insight, Claude. Everyone else seems to probably not have interacted with them enough. Was that 15?
Yes.
So the Arcosians are pretty much like a war takeover for the glory of Arcosia sort of thing.
Okay. Arcosia just wants to take land because they lack structured political leadership. We just take the rift. Just the whole thing. It's Jova, you're dead.
All right. Just a thought. Wyndham, how much metal have we got on board?
A decent amount, I think, at the moment. What are you thinking?
Well, we can't buy the cloud because we got no money, right?
It
But
would. We probably could, but it would cost more than. We would have to go without other things if we.
Right.
buy them.
But we know we still got our Genti. So
Yes.
we know we can resupply with metal if we need to,
Yes.
right? So I could get started on making as much ammunition as possible for the Clow, the Talon mercenaries, and we could use that as the bargaining chip instead of money. Then hopefully we can find out pretty quickly if we go through Borealis and whether, these weird, potentially extraplanar, potentially dead, I don't even know what they are, honestly. It's a bit spooky. and a
Neither
bit
do
beyond
I,
me.
my friend.
Excellent.
Yeah, well, there we go. We're all in the same boat here. If we find out that those things are helpful, nice and quick, then we're good. We find out they're hurtful, nice and quick, then we're still good, because we can move on to the Talon pretty quick.
Mhm.
If they're helpful, we send them towards Hive, and hopefully they'll stop the Illithid threat for a little while. If
Nice.
they're not helpful, then we still have Hive as a barrier between, the Illithids and Number. Right?
And then,
and then we move on to Talon really quick, and we find out if they can help control the Arcosian Empire for us by moving to Aerul. Right? And that sort of frees up the eastern half of our entire map. And then we can focus on Crystal and Lunaire and Sorcier and everything on the west for the rest of our next few missions. Just a thought.
Not a bad idea.
Right, because it took me half a clipboard worth of paper.
There is the risk that Crystal and we lose a lot in the west while that takes place, but that perhaps we retake them if they are truly as strong as we think.
What was Kataba doing?
What?
Kataba. Does that have anything
Kataba.
to do with that?
Kataba is. Where's it's on the Kataba? Yeah, it's got it has a lot of soldiers there. Because it's sort of very much being close to the Githantry. They sort of were like, we want to stay. We join the Divine Alliance. We're going to fight for our land. So yeah, there's a lot of soldiers in Kataba.
Okay.
But other than that, it's there's no resources other than soldiers that it's really supplying a lot of.
But were Crystal to be attacked, could Kataba reinforce it, or would that diminish?
You could send Kataba's soldiers to Crystal and probably reinforce it, but then
Kataba would fall.
yeah, potentially.
And if Kataba falls, then Sorcier would follow quickly because it's completely isolated.
Mm.
But if we took everyone from Sorcier and moved them to Typhon, and Typhon's neutral, then they could just kick back. And we'd have lost 2 entire islands.
Yeah, the maths on that doesn't really check out.
Not great.
No, it doesn't. But how about we start moving? I think no matter what we do, we're always gonna suffer some losses. So the best thing that we can do is probably get as much to be as strong as possible to retake, because we'll have to fight regardless. So I'm happy with what what's your character's name? Tyrion was saying before, so we can have plenty
Marxies.
of time to go on the.
These.
Then why do you have Tyrion then?
That's a
Karen
different campaign.
Oh, Karen,
Yeah.
wow.
But yeah, we can do that. The war's not gonna fight itself.
That
Also-
is an accurate statement.
You might have been joking with this, but if you really want to just take the rift and close it, it'd probably be much harder than anything else on the map. But if you really want to, I would that's something you could try.
Just end the war. Just
I mean,
On
I
one
mean-
front, lose everything, and then
Yeah.
What if we just spend the whole campaign trying to close the rift?
rift.
One less enemy is all I'm saying.
I'm happy to Borealis claw.
I wanted to ask one thing before we settle on a plan.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of like the population, like which and how loyal they are to the Divine Alliance, like which places are gonna go down with the fight with the people they have there, and which ones are just gonna turn over without like hurting our enemy.
This is probably Wyndham's sort of going to talk about. So, Lunaire, is gonna. Well, they were one of the first in the Divine Alliance because they're worshippers of Nadir. So they're very much for the Divines. Alba here, they're a lot of them are scholars of the Divine Scriptures and different books, so they're definitely part of the Divine Alliance. And they joined pretty quick. So did Marega. Anywhere in the middle, center is very loyal, as is Avis, Nimbus, Roost, and then
no one currently at risk.
Bren is sort of. We're not sure what's happened to Bren. Yes, Bren is quite a strange place indeed. We sort of do our own thing a little bit there.
Excellent. Bren. Okay, well, Bren seems to be kind of safe right now, so not a huge threat to it. I mean, Gale could just move in on Bren, but if we pass through Borealis and Clow,
You'd at least see if it's being attacked currently.
yeah, just have to have a squeeze at it at least.
Like, is there airships surrounding it? Yes, no.
Yeah, why? And picking Sky Blue for my character was perhaps one of the least optimal choices I could have made.
So for the first mission, I think it would be Borealis Clow.
Yeah,
I don't
Borealis Clow sounds good.
Yeah.
Strengthen
Because that seems like enough for me to plan one session, sort of thing.
Yeah, Borealis Clow, and then we close the rift.
Yeah. Well, that's the first session.
Yeah,
I just don't want
two is
I just
closing
don't
the
want the
rift.
Illithid Concord to get whatever's in Borealis.
I just don't want the Illithid
Absolutely
Concord.
not.
I think Clow, we might be able to, also at least mission 1, sort of thing.
Yeah. I don't think we need to worry too much about the Illithid Concord with all the 8s and intelligence we've got going around.
That's true. We've added you to our network. Oh, get rid of net loss, net loss.
It's like scanning for intelligent life. Intelligent life not found.
Yeah, they're all blind when they fight us.
When I lower my class's average.
It's like they take over Will's character and then suddenly they just drop in capacity to fight by like 10%. Their efficacy just goes to the floor.
Oh, that's a nat 20. Woo. Why are we rolling intelligence for?
He's just flexing.
Fun. Fun.
Yeah, this is how likely you are to get eaten by a squid.
Yeah.
By a squid, space calamari. All right,
Yeah,
check this out.
Barksy's brain to body ratio just makes him an absolute delicacy.
Look at Claude.
He's just a guy.
10.
Yeah. Claude just takes 10.
So I do
Yeah,
it.
I think I agree with we don't have to worry about the Illithid too much. We probably don't have to worry about the Arcosians a huge amount. Like, it's not that big of a loss if they get A rule. They'll come back, but in terms of like their like imminent threat is not a huge amount. I agree
mean,
with you.
We could always get the Talon if they're not willing to, defend A rule entirely. They might be willing to do sort of strafing runs and maybe try and delay the Arcosians just to get us some information.
And that's probably where they are best suited.
I like
Is
that.
that sort of combat.
Just any resources Arcosia is trying to take out of A-Roll, just take that.
Yeah, it's just sort of hit and run. Just pillage the Vulcanus if they can.
That'd be
Sort
great.
of. That would be their specialty.
Excellent. All right, then we're in agreement.
Oh, maybe one last question. Sorry.
What about Denam? How are we feeling about that?
Where? Definitely not. I'm not going near this, guys. But I was gonna ask, like, with the different places, like, if we take over these, do we have to take, like, if we want the Arcosians out completely, are we have to take over all three of these? Like, all three of the Arcosian territories?
Probably, yeah.
And then what about
Yeah.
the Githantry? Like, if we
I-
take...
Crush them out of the existence.
All 6 they currently have, and they don't get any more. They would be out of the war. But you might do the math on how many sessions we have total.
Alternatively, Aaron, if you put a if you land a colony on Mars, put a satellite in space, and go to the moon, then you get a science victory instead, and you don't have to take out the individual cities.
I think probably the Archbishop's going to try for the religious victory.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
He's already started. Archbishop Samwell, the unrelenting.
You
The
guys
real
are,
plan is just to go back to Ballista and win a science victory.
that's right, like you guys are going to wake up in the middle of the night and like the Samuel's trying to baptize you.
Yes.
Iceland's just Venice.
Just pouring water on them in the middle of the night.
I'm under a waterfall. No, where the fuck? Where the fuck? Archbishop. Ow.
Put your
Alright.
hand in a bowl
warm
of
water.
hot water.
Why am I pissing myself? I'm immune to fear, so it can't be that. Wait.
If you're immune to fear, like, if you have those dreams where you're, like, falling, do you just not wake up because you're like, I'm fine with this?
I think I need to be awake. Where is it? Or courage. Yeah, if I'm
better.
conscious, I can't be frightened. That being said, I don't think you can be frightened while you're asleep anyway.
You've
As
never
soon
had
as
a
I wake up,
nightmare?
I'm fine. I'm having a nightmare. As soon as I'm fine. Whatever.
True, yeah.
That's fine.
All right. Everyone
We
happy?
got a plan.
Yep.
I'm happy to go to Borealis.
Hell yeah. Man, just on the real, Claude hot as fuck. You seen his picture?
It's too angular. It looks not like normal.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Nah, I'm more of a Paler person myself.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
That red face, goddamn.
yeah. Hey.
What, that big dude?
What that big dude?
Nah, personally, I'm a Deimos. I think Deimos is the hottest.
I don't know about Deimos yet.
No, they don't.
Hell yeah. All right. Yeah.
We got
That's
a
good.
plan.
I vote Borealis.
I'm in.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
3-vote majority.
Very well. Get yourself prepared, and we'll move on. We'll get on the way.
Hell yeah.
Um,
All right.
Okay. Anyone still got? We've only been playing for an hour and a half, but I do not have the next session ready, so feel free to talk to any characters.
All right.
We got 5 guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna introduce the our squad that we've just formed. I'm gonna introduce them to the most rootinest, tootinest, shootinest birds in the west.
Okay, they're all gonna line up. Yeah, click goes on top. There we go.
Hell yeah.
And they see it. So,
That is, gentlemen. I'll go around and I'll introduce Paler, Archbishop Samwell the Devout, Room of Bang, and Barxus when he gets out here.
Barksies is just underneath the table at the moment. He's like, this side was a little bit lopsided. I'll be there in a minute.
Understood. His attention to detail is insane. But yeah, I'll meet and greet them. If there are like nibblies that can be brought out, I'll have those arranged. I'll just get them to socialize since they'll all be risking their lives together.
Yep. So yeah, there's Clip. Actually, I need to give you let you edit them, don't I? It's probably also maybe Deimos is hanging out too. Would he? Would they?
Probably hanging out behind, just grazing some clouds. Yeah, Deimos is my Pegasus, by the way, guys.
You have a Pegasus? Oh my
Yeah,
god!
I got a fucking Pegasus. I'll walk up, feed him an apple, pat him.
How did you get the Pegasus?
I made it.
You made it?
Yeah. I willed it into existence with my courage and fortitude. Barks, I don't want to see a screwdriver. You understand? I don't want to see a screwdriver.
At the statement of made it, immediately Barksies is all over Deimos, just like trying to different points and going like, how does the muscles work? Is it mechanical?
I cast Dispel Magic at level 7.
I don't know if that does it.
Would it not?
It's because it's instantaneous, so you can't dispel an instantaneous effect.
Yeah, but it's still a magic.
Still magical.
I don't think so. You can't dispel because if it's
You
instantaneous,
dispel
you're not
magic and the wings just fall off.
it's Donkey from Shrek. I think how it works is because the magic itself is the creation. So if you were to counterspell the creation, that would work. Let me look at it.
Yeah, I'm not
Blindfold.
sure.
Well,
Yeah,
choose one
instantaneous.
creature, object, or magical effect within range.
Yeah.
If it says creature, then it's that sort of leads me to think possible.
It's you summon. So the mount disappears temporarily when it drops to 0 hit points or when you dismiss it as an action. Casting the spell again resummons the bounded mount.
So
the
wait,
bonded
it is
mount.
it is a spell.
It's not a.
It's a spell on the target.
So you
one
can
might
if it.
say.
So if it's you can dispel if I bless Deimos, you can dispel the bless if you're interested.
Okay. You should be able to control your soldiers now.
Hell yeah. Giggles, Wedge, Clip, Willy, Flame.
I will cry if Flame dies. I'm rooting for Flame.
I
As
like
who
Flame.
survives.
31 hit points, my babies. Session 6 they Voltron together and then Voltra on.
If they make it to session 6.
Make them instead of Voltron, it's Vulture on, and they're just this giant fucking birdman.
I'm just excited to see which one of us becomes the Bird King.
Oh, gee. I
Claw.
want it to be me, yeah. I want to be the one that kills Blair Reed. I'll just like pull Giggles aside, kill Blair Reed, go. Take the shot.
Fucking sleeper agent.
Yeah.
Come and play a root, sir.
Just
But
gotta
yeah,
fucking,
so I
like-
think they all have different weapons.
Ooh, okay.
Similar but different. I believe what Clip uses a heavy crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
Wedge uses 2 short swords. Giggles uses, I believe, sword and shield.
Ooh, nice.
Yes, sword and shield. Willy uses a great sword.
Willy.
And then Flame has a flaming sword.
Oh, yeah, you do, Flame. Do you reckon he got his name before or after?
Yeah, it was definitely
Sword.
after. It was definitely after.
Nominative determinism was born. I was like, all right, I need to get a sword.
He just came out of the egg like that.
Yeah, he just built different. just egged. Act different sometimes.
Incubated himself.
It's.
We've all been there before.
Yeah. Perfect. All
I don't
right.
even know what that means.
Can all my
I was trying like, oh, am I right, fellas? But like, no.
I don't know if I am right, fellas.
Yeah,
Okay, good. They
not
can fly.
facts. Not spitting.
Swallow.
What the fuck is he cooking?
Just get him out of the kitchen until he's fucking wearing the right PPE. He should not be.
All right.
Finding alongside someone with a flaming sword would suck. It would smell so bad.
Oh yeah, he's like bottom right of the
well,
formation.
it's not always on fire. He can make
Okay.
it on fire. It's just a magic weapon that, like, when he wields it, it does more fire damage.
I guess
Like,
it only
is
smell
our
bad. depending on the
archbishop gonna
component.
have like PTSD when like flame slices up her body and he smells burning feathers? It's like,
Oh.
oh shit, I've been here before.
Well, only one way to find out.
Yeah, cut off the other wing.
Also, what do you mean? What do you mean? Won't burn any feathers.
True, because his faith protects him.
Mm.
What if we get you like a metal wing?
That can be
Is
arranged.
that fire?
It's tin. It's aluminium. Aircraft grade.
That'd be kind of cool.
You're flying along, and like there's another enemy, like bird, and you run into each other. Oh, bird strike.
Oh gosh.
All right, perfect.
Cool. Is anyone any of you wish to speak to?
I think we're set.
I don't know. I think at this point, Barksies would probably just like walk over to the edge of a deck, pop up a hatch that nobody even knew was there, and vanish into it, just with no explanation of what's going on. Probably off to check something.
A wise man.
You haven't done the full maintenance for today. Well, you did the first time, but it's due for another in an hour.
Yeah, it's been 28 minutes since the previous maintenance check, so we've got about 2 minutes until the next one's due.
But are there some like suits? Like, there are some spots in the ship where Boxes has to like not be in his suit. So like every now and then you just see a metal suit, and be like, "Hey, that's my bro." He's not there.
Yeah, you go like, "Hey man, what's?" Okay.
Barksies can cast Enlarge Reduce on himself and make himself tiny.
No, that's so cute. Do you know Mage Hand?
Yes, I know Mage Hand as well.
If Boxies hop out of the suit, can other people technically fit in the suit?
He's a little
owl. It's attuned to Barksies, so it would basically cease functioning the moment that Barksies hopped out of it, and would just be mundane plate armor
Ah, damn.
built for a bird.
Could someone else attune to it though?
No, because it's an infusion, so it's attunable only by me.
I thought
I think
it's part of the infusion. It's like
okay.
Yeah.
Tunable in the
that you wear. I think that was one of the words in it. Let me double check.
What's on the ship?
What do you mean? What are you looking for?
Just it's a good question. Like, is there anything on the ship? Like, I want a souvenir of the ship, basically.
There's not a gift shop, unfortunately.
Is there any like loose bolts rolling around on the floor?
No, Barksies would not make sure there's any loose bolts. You could loosen them.
No, I want to
Take
That's
one.
a great idea.
I think. Yeah, Deimos, quick! Watch out for cover. Just lift the wing up.
Are
What
there
sort of
any?
personality does Deimos have? Is it like the horse from Tangled sort of deal?
What's that? Sorry.
What sort of personality does Deimos have?
Have you ever watched Road to El Dorado?
I haven't, so.
I actually have not.
Well, you'll need to go watch it. No, I think Deimos is kind of proud. Like stands up straight, looks around. But if there's like a cute little like you know like the trope, like the cute little kid looking at it, like it won't kick it. It'll accept an apple, or a high vis man walking past, but it will. But he's like otherwise he'll like stand proud. If we're not in hostile airspace right now, do you know what I'd love? Dan wants to just be flying around the ship, kind of like a skyward sword. So like I could just jump off the ship and then he comes out and catches me.
Yeah, you could do that.
Hell yeah!
Just fucking.
Because I assume he's not just going to be standing. Like maybe he wants to go for a walk. I'm still hanging out with people.
Oh, okay. Oh no, Damon's just going for a run.
Yeah, he's just like getting ready. So if I jump off the ship, I do like the whistle, and then he like catches me.
Ah, yeah. Oh,
Sweet.
open there. Got out of it now.
How many? Oh, I'll see you later.
It's actually getting the
Bye, I
game away.
guess.
Hmm?
Are there any plants on the ship?
Yeah.
There are not plants because
No,
just because like,
we're not a family yet.
just because it takes place on a different plane to that cultural aspect of a place.
I'll add you to my notes of allies and background though, if you want, Will. In the bio section, allies and organization.
This is acceptable.
Bishop Franford, man.
Okay.
Oh no, you go.
Oh, no, you're saying something?
No, no. I was just gonna ask. Are we waiting? Are we going to do a mission today, or are we
No.
kind of just like
This is
walking around and talking to people?
yeah. This
Yeah,
is role
make
play
friends.
because I don't know which mission you're gonna do, so I don't have them
Yeah.
prepared
Mm-hmm.
because I wasn't gonna
Archbishop.
prepare every possible mission.
Archbishop Samwell, as a man of the cloth, are you under any relationship-based restrictions? Because if you'll pardon the pun, and as the only person unable to do it, I'd love to wingman you.
It is true, my child. I have taken such oaths.
Understood. Right on. Well, I mean, tell me a bit about yourself. Why are you here? How'd you get here?
I'm here to serve as the divine's will.
Mm-hmm.
I have, since the start of the war, been vastly growing in stance and power amongst the church.
Mm-hmm.
Always acting as Samuel the Devout, as my name would suggest, and always acting in service of the divines and their light. And what of you,
Understood.
Cloud?
Cloud. Well, I'm against Sephiroth. I defended my town. Well, that's a lie. I avenged my town after being taken by Arcosians. Now I'm here. I was handpicked because of my skill set. So now I'm here to stomp out Arcosia, along with everyone else threatening our homeland. I am looking forward to adding more scales to my armor. But I'm glad. Thank you for telling me that, Samuel. Archbishop, sir. I'm glad to know I can count on you in a fight. If I have to have someone watching my back, I'm glad that they're at least as devoted as I am.
Of course. And what of the rest of you? Why join this fight?
I
Like-
was
Oh no, you first.
I
Oh,
was
shucks.
promised an office on the ship.
Okay.
Oh, do you the office then?
Hmm?
Do you like actually have an office on the ship now?
Do I have a office on the
Yeah.
ship in Snauga?
Yeah, it'd probably be like somewhere around here. So you get a great view of like just out onto the boundless blue.
Oh heck yeah.
Oh, show us the office.
Oh, the office? Okay. Just okay, I have a question about the ship in general. Is it like literally what we're looking at like it's wooden board. No, I'm gonna ask Boxies. I'm like, Boxies, how does a boat actually function?
You gotta yell
how,
through the hatch.
how I see this is like it's just like a levitating room. So do we have to literally walk across, or can we just fly to the
Well,
other
most
platform?
of you have flight, so you can do that. So that is an option. But like these are balloons that
So
are
they're,
like reinforced
no
with steel.
roofs?
The balloons are above the like where people are actually situated.
Okay, yep.
So think Hindenburg with the massive balloon above
I'd rather
the deck.
not actually.
Oh.
I'd rather not think Hindenburg if at all
Actually,
possible.
you know what? You haven't got to
Don't
that
have
point,
wings.
but yeah, very fitting.
Yeah.
I can't fly. I don't want to think Hindenburg.
But you know, like there's two big balloons above, like where there's like large like walkways, and then they meet in the middle, where there's like the central area.
Okay.
At some point, Boxy's is gonna like appear out of a completely different hatch, this time out of like a wall instead of a floor, and sort of stand up and go, "Have any of you been in my tunnels?"
Can't say that I have.
How would we?
How?
Something's been in my tunnels.
Something's been in your tunnels.
There was some blue fabric in my tunnels.
Who is?
Are any of you
blue?
wearing blue?
No, I exclusively wear red.
I wear blue, but it's not cloth. It's scale.
This is actually purple.
Okay. What if?
Are we like the colorblind birds? So we actually don't.
Yeah. I was it, Boxies. Are you perhaps looking for a golden white piece of cloth?
No, I'm pretty sure it was like a really dark navy blue.
Do we have a spy? Do we have an enemy spy aboard?
The next hour is just everyone looking for a bird wearing dark blue clothing.
Anyway, doesn't matter. Just thought I'd ask.
You can follow up on that if you want.
Assemble the spies. Clip, wedge. Go ahead. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
The whole thing.
I don't assemble the fucking goon squad to take out the fabric. Who wears blue? Did anyone wear blue? Do we know?
What's skill check with it? Investigation.
Investigation. Here we go. I'm a genius at this.
Okay. Yeah?
That's unfortunate.
Purple's sort of contained blue.
Investigation.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yo, we did pretty good for having A intelligence. I know my job.
-1 crew.
We are dumb.
Did Barksy and Paler care to investigation as well, or?
Foxy probably cares if
Sure.
you mentioned it, no?
I've got advantage on this, by the way, because of
Ooh.
my glasses.
Lucky.
Oh, yeah, good. Wait, you got 13 and you're rolling that one.
Natural 1. 29.
Okay, so I think Samuel and Barksies are the only one who put two and two together and go, the spy master is wearing dark, like a similar color to the fabric.
Who is, sorry?
The spy master.
Ah, yeah.
Okay.
I
Thought
think
so.
that you will find that there might just be a spy aboard this ship.
Let's go. Wait. Our one?
Indeed.
Okay. Let's not go. What
I'm gonna have to change my tunnels again.
do you mean you have to change your tunnels? Are they not part of the ship infrastructure?
You should change your tunnels at least once a
Once
month.
Oh, I change my tunnels once a week. It's like, otherwise it just gets really, you get those
No,
yellow
so-
stains
so-
on them.
You got to understand, when Long taught me about tunnels, right? It was on Ballista, so we have a lot of time and a lot of Sky Island to just make lots of different tunnels, right? And then we realized that when tunnels are made of dirt, you can't really move and shift them. But when they're made of gears and metal, you can just twist a piece of tunnel, and then it connects to an entirely different tunnel.
Understood. I am not going in those tunnels.
So it's kind of like if you go in there and you don't have the little bit of artificer spark that some of us do, you're going to get stuck.
but someone's been in there and wasn't stuck, which is very confusing. And I think I know who it was.
Oh, they're still down there now.
Everyone, give me a perception.
There we go.
Can I perceive?
Oh God, I cannot.
Yeah.
Oh, what up?
Kayla, Kayla, out.
Twinsies.
Wow, guys, the clouds are so pretty.
Whoa!
Oh, sorry, ignore that. That was a misclick.
Who's
The
passing
Spy
without a trace?
Master's creeping. Oh
Who's
my
passing
God.
without a trace? Counterspell. Counterspell.
I cast Dispel Magic at level 6.
Did anyone beat a 36?
No.
Quick, flash of brilliance. Flash of brilliance.
Not gonna
Um,
help.
I can see the Spy Master right here.
Actually, no, I don't think that would. Okay, so maybe actually it might just be a 20. I think
Samwell,
Think
the fucking Samwell.
Archbishop would notice the Spy Master like poking just like a little bit of beak out of the hatch that Farxies went into earlier.
I think they'll keep that to themselves.
Get the fuck out of here. All right. Fuck, it's the whole boys. We just got my little boys.
They're sort of just hanging around because they haven't been dismissed or anything, so they're just like sort of standing there, just like not like saluting, they're just like waiting for orders.
Just gave him Pikmin. What the hell?
Yeah, throw one off.
Yes, sir.
No, all right. I'll dismiss them to do whatever they want. You set.
Literally anything else.
you can
Yes, sir.
you can hang out with us if you want. Otherwise, if you got more entertaining stuff to do,
I think they're probably going to not hang around because you're kind of scary.
it is my job.
That is true.
That is my class is scare.
But also just like, you know, that you're the commander. There's not like that rapport
I
yet.
don't really want to. Yeah. Hey, yeah, no, please. Commander Nightfall is my father.
Oh,
Oh, I've been editing. I was like, why is my character sheet so huge? It was because I had everything on edit mode. So I had like
Yeah.
30 different things. So, just on the level, guys, how much do you think my vehicle's land proficiency is going to come up for this one?
What?
just out of curiosity, I've got land proficiency in vehicles. I just want your honest assessment. How frequently? Twice a session,
Zero.
3 times? You reckon?
0. Oh, wait. Does the land we go to, the island, right? So technically they can't have cars, right?
They can have cars. Yes, that's correct.
Not cars, because this is not a
Do you
modern
remember
setting.
I tried to track down Borealis, and just man, my fucking Prius just wouldn't make it through the snow. It just wouldn't happen.
you actually raise a good point. We might need to have some things to get through the snow.
I'm fine.
Well, yeah, you can.
Don't you all fly? Can't you all fly?
Shall we just float above?
What's the problem? You need snowshoes? Okay, I'll put chains around your feet.
We could be lifted by the faith in the divines
Yeah, how do you fly?
via my faith.
Okay, and
And
then
also this carpet. No,
Okay,
magic
sick.
carpet just comes
No,
in
that's
from
so
just all
crazy.
over
Actually,
deck.
use your prayer mat as your ride.
Yeah, my prayer mat is my
just
ride.
like it's like as well as it's like it like gets like 3:30, 4 o'clock, and it's like, you know what, it like turns orange like 45 degrees facing Mecca.
Yeah, he can only fly in one direction.
Until you hit there, then it turns around.
Yeah, where are the divines in relation to this plane?
Yeah.
Wait, the divines? The astral plane?
Yeah.
It's a different plane.
Different place.
So you're saying the carpet's permanently pointing upwards?
I just stand horizontally on it.
What's that? The mountain goat thing where it's like the wall's just 91 degrees, so it starts walking up it. That'll do it. All right, I'm just going through my abilities to see which other ones. I think vehicles land proficiency is my most used one so far. I guess that gives me proficiency with my horse, but it's not really a horse anymore. It flies. That's all I need. Set.
Oh.
Can we get health potions?
You would have to ask.
Oh, I know who I
Wyndham.
had to ask. Yeah. I got in my notes. Wyndham Swan can get you the stuff you need.
Yep.
All right, I'll go track him down.
Now, I don't want to sound like a broken record and make it sound like I do this every campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Can I get a
don't say it.
lightsaber?
They've got one. Oh, what if we move on the Githentry?
To
They
steal
clearly
their
have
weapons.
Yeah, get their lightsabers.
There's actually just 2 Gith.
That's the end of Samwell's character arc, coming to terms with wielding the weapons.
On one hand, they honestly just traumatized him, and they're sort of representative of, destroying the things he's devoted to. On the other hand, lightsaber cool.
On the other hand, wheel.
What's the distance between the next platform and the part of the ship that we're on?
It's probably at least 30. It's probably around 30 feet, maybe.
Okay, that's not.
Oh,
That's
wait.
jumpable.
Oh,
That's
I don't know if 30 feet's jumpable. I might walk.
I think you need to take the walkway.
I'll take the walkway. All right.
What if you roll
Super jumpable.
to see if you make
Yeah,
Uh, as soon as-
what would be the...
As soon as Claude makes it starts moving, Samuel, you just see the spy master just immediately just disappear.
Man's venting.
Spy Master sus.
Spy Master says, I'm going to call an emergency meeting.
What do you think session 3 is going to be? All right.
No, I don't trust that general though.
Oh man, I'm just trying to get my hands on some Among Usy.
Something about
favorite
him seems
Pokemon.
suspicious.
The general
Alright.
seems suspicious.
I think you're thinking about a red herring there.
So, Claude, you find Wyndham's room.
Hey, when...
Oh, come
it's
in.
Med Bay.
As you open the door, you see
Sir,
a
does he
room.
outrank me, or is that just the general?
You're probably on the same sort of level as Wyndham. Is he sort of outside the army
Yeah. I was gonna say,
hierarchy?
is he in part of the?
So this room is covered with small rocks that have an ear and a mouth carved into them.
Oh,
And
nice.
just on all walls, on the roof, the bookshelves, he's just put in the middle and got things. What can I get for you?
I'm looking for some form of health-based potion. Should the need arise.
Yep. Let me just see if I can get some for you.
Thank you very much. Is there a turnaround on that?
I'm just he
wait
goes
here, but
and checks a
have it
book. Presses one of the things how many healing potions do we have? At the moment we've got about 20. Okay, so I can probably. How many do you need?
I need at least one for me, because if I go, I can heal my party, but if I go down, I like the idea that they can bring me up, so then I can continue to carry on healing. So I'd say 3 minimum to distribute to all of us. I assume the Archbishop has the capacity to heal.
I could get you 3 greater healing, or unless you want 5 healing.
I think 5 healing is probably the better play.
Cool. Here you
you
go.
watch him like grab 3 greater and he just spits into it and falls into 5.
All right, here you go.
Thank you very much. See you around.
See ya.
All right, I'll go back to the crew after I walk on this walkway. Back again. Hey everyone. Sweet. So I got some healing potions. I'll toss one to Archbishop Samwell. The idea is I can heal. Can anyone else here heal?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, other than
Yep.
you.
I'm
You can?
quite a proficient healer.
I'll toss you a health potion as well. The idea is we heal, and then if at any point we go down, use the potion on us to heal us, and then we can get everyone else back up. That means I've got...
Small counterpoint.
Mhm. If we're
To
separated,
heal, I
yes.
have to shoot something else first. It's kind of like a transferal sort of thing.
Okay. I mean, feel empowered to sort that out amongst yourselves.
Like kill or damage?
Like just like
Are you a
morally.
vampire?
Yeah, it's just, oh man, your parents never loved you. Oh.
Whoever has a healing potion, they're just the potion healing 2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Barksies sort of just reaches into a recess of his armor and pulls out this awful syringe-looking crossbow
Oh
bolt.
no.
And he
It's
goes,
clean, isn't it? Oh, no,
There's
use it on
nothing
me.
clean
I'm
about
immune to
this.
disease. I'm immune to disease.
Oh, yes.
This is the play. This is the play.
Good.
It's OG!
We got 2 blood wells for this guy.
The
Synergy,
plan's finally coming
synergy.
together.
So how it works, right, is I shoot the thing
Mhm.
at someone, and then it sucks the blood out, and then it vanishes the blood straight into your veins.
I'm not going to ask any further because I assume this has been tested.
Oh, extensively.
Okay. I don't want to know how.
Hey,
I don't
there's
want to know
Sounds
why.
like this sounds like the forbidden magic that the gift is.
Yeah, hey, look.
there's 2 of you guys that are immune to disease and poison, I think.
Who's the other one? Oh, Monk. Monk? Nope. The Monk. I'm gonna pay a visit to the boys,
Yep.
and I'm gonna.
They're
Gentlemen,
just chilling in
sorry
their
to
bunks. Oh, sir.
I'll pop down 2 of the healing potions, slide them along. Like, I'm not sure how best you 5 operate, but pass those out to whoever you think's the best.
Thank you, sir.
Who's the best?
Catch you later. Well, the best suited for it, not the best fighter. All right. See you,
I
gentlemen.
think it's drinks and they just get boozy.
Oh, they won't. They'll just waste 500 gold.
Let's see.
Or however much it costs.
Who would they give it out to? Probably Giggles and Wedge.
Wedge.
In my mind, it's you've got Clip, Giggles, Willy Flame, then Wedge from Final Fantasy VII. It's just a dude. One of them in my mind is just the dude. Right. So it turns out we ballin'. Now, I have an Explorer's pack as well.
When you said we ballin', I was like, this seems like the most unfair basketball game. There's like 2 people who can't fly versus birds.
Yeah, true. Oh man, you don't.
Just Space Jam all over again.
Yeah.
You won't be prepared for like. I'm like down. I'm at the edge of the court. I tap out. And my Pegasus comes in. Bench Claude and pulled out a Pegasus.
Surely we gotta do the Top Gun volleyball scene though.
Oh, true. Oh man, just me and my Pegasus. Yeah, volleyball would be insane. You just keep setting it up after each other, like see like a mile in the air. And you just drop it. Like, oh shit, how am I gonna get this?
Okay.
I like that I put my lay on hands as one of my health bars because it makes me feel like I've got more resources than I have.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what bars. If you guys want any sort of bars, I just
No, I like
put
lay on hands is good.
lay on
for
hands,
public.
sorcery points, key points. I figured were the pretty good ones to have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just like it because then other players can like see how much I have available.
Yeah.
For context, that's out of 70, if anybody, because I don't think you can see the number. So if you need healing, shout out.
Okay.
If you need healing, shout out.
What's the highest level spell you can cast, Will?
Me?
Yep.
Level 7.
Okay, I'm just trying to remember what level regenerate is.
7.
Okay, sick. I assume at this point it's just a symbol of your faith.
Yes.
It just got burnt off and wouldn't regenerate because his magic's holy, and it just was like they're unholy. It just doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I think it being a symbol of his faith also works really well too. Because like I could, but now that with the power of the gods and the magic carpet, I have all that I need here.
Yeah. Does anyone wish to do anything before we end here?
So.
Cool. All right, then let's end our session here.
Hell yeah, Barks is gonna have a bolt.
A crossbow bolt? Because I can deliver one.
No, thank you. Just an.
Find someone to raid because we have a lot of viewers for some reason.
Hell yeah. It's
Barksies has a bag of holding that is just entirely full of scraps of metal and like bolts and nuts and other things.
I'm glad you got a bag of holding because
I wanted to take the other bag so badly.
Which one's
The
that?
handy haversack.
Oh,
The bag that looks like the bag of holding, but it's actually just a mouth. I think it's dimensional something.
Yeah.
I'm so up myself.
But yeah, I've got a
That
bag
makes
of
me
holding.
really
It's
scared.
completely full of tools and stuff. So you guys are never getting anything useful out of this.
I got all I need. Endless boomerangs.
If I ever need to run away from something, I'll just invert that bag and then just like caltrops it.
If we ever
we
really need to
run.
go meet the divines, we can just put a portable hole in it.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys get to know each other, and perhaps the last moment of joy and
Of our life.
stress-free that you'll have for a long time. Thanks for watching, people.
Excellent.
Rating,
Foreshadowing.
subscribe, stuff. I forgot to say, damn it. Oh well. Peace.